I have joining me a global affairs analyst, Mukhtar Dan-Iyan. Good to have you join us, Mukhtar, at this hour. Now, we're seeing this antivirus package coming from Russia, where people who violate quarantine rules could end up in prison for up to 7 years. What's your take on that?
I think, like in most other authoritarian states, I think this is just a pretext for Putin to get more power. Not sure how giving someone 7 years in jail for supposedly infecting other people can even be proven. I mean, it's the transmission link with corona as it is right now is extremely difficult to prove since so many people are asymptomatic. So I think it's just about Putin getting more power to possibly prolong his term as president.
When you consider the fact that people are dying from this pandemic or from this virus, would that be too much to say stay home or you get 7 years in prison?
Well, I live in New York. We are literally in a war zone. I mean, every day we have 300 people dying. I still see people on the streets. I still see people moving around, and so far so good. Well, so far so bad for many, but so far so good. Life is still going on. I can't imagine it being worse in Russia right now to the point where someone needs to have a sentence of 7 years in jail for supposedly spreading the virus.
So part of that law is also that there's a potential new punishment of up to 5 years for spreading dangerous fake news about the pandemic. What do you also make of that?
Again, same thing. I mean, Putin is looking to extend his powers. Of course, this law is supposedly going to be enacted just to stem fake news about the pandemic. But like these things go, once this pandemic is over, and I am sure it will be sooner rather than later, the laws will probably remain on the books and be used for other things with maybe a slight amendment or no amendment at all.
So how then do we deal with fake news? Because people are sending harmful remedies on social media, conspiracy theory everywhere. So how then do we deal with fake news?
Personally, I think we have now entered the twilight zone. For example, someone like Elon Musk, who is promising to donate ventilators, isn't even donating ventilators. He's donating sleep apnea machines, which are not ventilators at all. But that is being publicized around the world to the point that places like the Nigerian Ministry of Finance is asking for those machines. But what Elon Musk is spreading is actually fake news because he isn't donating ventilators. And it cascades from there to other people putting out pieces of information that in their minds may be factual, but in reality isn't. So at this point in time, I mean, the world is in a panic, and I think discernment based on research is the only way to go, because everyone wants to be helpful, everyone wants to be useful, but most people have no clue as to what they're talking about. Another example is the use of face masks. I have seen countries around the world, including Nigeria, where people are using surgical masks. Surgical masks are designed to prevent you from breathing out, but people are using them thinking they're going to prevent the COVID virus from coming in. For that, people need respirators, but people are interchanging the two to the point that in some places, people are literally mandated to wear surgical masks, even though they have no proven effect on stopping the virus. So right now, again, like I said, everyone is trying to look like they're doing something. Everyone is trying to seem to be proactively fighting this disease, this virus, but the truth is most things are just motion without movement.
Global Affairs Analyst Mukhtar Dan-Iyan, many thanks for your time on this issue.